Good morning, Lee here, hope you're well. I was driving to work this morning. I've been driving for about 2.5 hours and my shoulders are hurting. Now I spend a lot of time like just doing this. 56 miles an hour because I've got a 5-ton van and yeah, so like 2.5 hours driving to work. I've got to do a job and then it'll be 2.5 hours driving home. And over the last couple of years, like my shoulders have been killing me. Frozen shoulder, I guess, just from like not being active, not doing shoulder presses and shoulder exercises and stuff like that. And also a lot of the time, because I'm so in my job, I don't drink enough, which means I get regular migraines. I don't eat properly. When I do eat, if I'm on the road, it's usually crappy food, Greg's, McDonald's. I try and eat better food if I can, but most of the time it's still processed, you know, like a Tesco meal deal. You know, it's still food that's been processed and that's got like a shelf life designed to last. And like you don't know what you're consuming. And then of course all the drinks are in bottles or cans and you just think, oh God. So like after 13 years of doing this job, my health has suffered. And even before that, I was used to, I worked for a company that we dealt with hoses, like replacing hoses, so I'd get covered in hydraulic oil. The company would rarely have like gloves or protective equipment, so you'd just get covered in oil and then you'd be like, now I'm covered in shit, how do I clean it off? You know, accidents would happen, you get oil all down your bloody leg and you're just soaked in oil all day, and there's like, you can't change, you can't shower, things like that. So, you know, you at risk of like dermatitis and skin infections and things like that. And like, touch wood, I never got anything like that. Actually, I think I had dermatitis once on my, was it my thumb or my finger? One of my fingers, like little tiny blisters. Obviously that's gone. And before that, I used to work in construction and we would do stupid shit like cutting holes in manholes for pipes with like no masks, no earring protection, nothing like that. Like in retrospect, it was stupid. It was stuff that you should know and that you should mitigate against. But you know, when you're young and really the company or your boss doesn't really give a shit about safety and, you know, your welfare, you kind of just sort of do things without really thinking. And for the last couple of years, I've started running and stopped again. Like, so Christmas, you know, yeah, that New Year's resolution, I'm gonna go running. And I was looking at my my fitness app on my phone the other day, and there's a regular occurrence of like just after Christmas you see all this activity and then it fades off in sort of March, April. And I've done it again this year. I started running, bought some proper running shoes. Rather than wearing fashion trainers, I bought like running trainers. They're amazing, don't get me wrong, brilliant. But I haven't run for probably a month. So that's faded off again. And yeah, just trying to keep on top of your health is hard work when it's not, when it should be a priority, but it really isn't. And while I was driving to work this morning, I was like, work is killing me. Like, or at least my lack of, I do have self-awareness by being able to say this, but my lack of self-awareness by not taking care of myself is the result or the byproduct of my job. So I'm kind of making a bit of a leap by saying work is killing me. Work is not killing me, I guess. It's I don't know, what would you say? I'm just not prioritizing my own health and well-being. I'm putting work ahead of that. You know, I'm putting commitment to like, let's just get there ahead of you know, pull over and do some press-ups if your shoulder's hurting. Find a local gym, or join a gym that has a network of gyms all over the country, and use your membership, and you know, go into the gym that way, like JD Gyms, or what else is there? Pure Gym. I know that they've got like nationwide gyms. Pack a packed lunch. Like, have the self-awareness to take 10 minutes to make a sandwich, like proper food that you know where it's come from. You know, and essentially it's still come from the supermarket, and the chances are that sliced ham is not the best, but it's better than picking up something that's been wrapped in cellophane or cardboard for 72 hours. But ultimately, work is killing us. Like, our dedication to try to make ends meet, to pay bills, to you know, satisfy the needs of the family, like the whole thing, it's all killing us, killing men. You know, the mental health crisis in men it's peaked over the last 20-30 years. And you know, the financial burden that's been put on us recently, with taxes going up, cost of living going up, inflation like going through the roof, it's all an end result of, I guess, maybe it's not work that's killing us. Maybe it's actually inflation that's killing us. Maybe it's governments that's killing us, because ultimately all government spending is inflationary. And we as working people are trying to mitigate the effects of government spending. So I need to start taking a bit more time, slowing down a bit, saying no a bit more, irregardless of, is that the right word? Regardless of who that's going to affect. You know, stop being led by people. I tell my kids, if you don't choose your future, somebody else will. And I think a lot of us mainstream men have fallen into that trap. We've allowed external forces and circumstances to tell us who to be rather than choosing who we want to be. I'm certainly a victim of that. But I want that to change. I really want that to change, and hopefully that changes, you know, ultimately is down to me. I dictate the pace of that change. So, you know, I need to go to the gym more. I need to eat healthier. I need to start running again and be consistent with it. I was really looking forward to running this year. I plan to do the half marathon where I live. That's gone out the window. Oh yeah, going back to the construction thing. So of course I'd, you know, be using a still saw, cutting pipes and cutting holes in concrete and stuff like that. No ear defenders, no bloody masks, and you know, you're ultimately breathing that shit in. And I've been struggling with running. Like, I've hit a plateau. I do like a 3.5K, and I can't get past about 30 minutes. And my lungs feel like they're going to explode. You know, I don't know if that's a result of just like too much visceral fat, being slightly overweight, or the effect of breathing in all that shit for like 5 years, 6 years. I don't know. I feel comfortable doing it, but I just can't break that plateau. Maybe the universe is saying to me, like, if you want to run, then we're going to make it difficult, and you've got to get through this barrier. But once you get through this barrier, like, it's going to be easy. And I just keep not pushing hard enough to try and open that barrier. But yeah, it's just some thoughts I had this morning while I was driving to work. I think we need to be a little bit more self-aware. I need to be a little bit more self-aware. I need to take control of my life a lot more. Start saying no, regardless of who it's going to affect. And allowing, like, we get 24 hours a day. You know, I said yesterday in yesterday's video, how does this guy get an hour and a half at the gym? How can he afford an hour and a half at the gym? probably because he's saying no to most other things, you know. Stop, like, oh, can you go and help my friend, like, move house? No. No, as selfish as it sounds, it doesn't benefit me, it doesn't benefit my family, so no, sorry. Can you, I don't know, what other scenarios have I dealt with in the past? Can you drop this off? No, it doesn't benefit me, it doesn't benefit my family, so sorry, I can't help you with that. Like, be a bit more, be a bit more, I don't know, lager, no, what was it? No, what am I trying to think? Like an acronym for Make Lee Great Again. Mlega. I don't know. Make my family great again. I don't know what that would stand. I don't know. I would say that, but yeah. I think the effects of work is killing us, man. It's so hard. It's so hard. But reverse engineering, I don't know. I think we just need to be a bit more selfish. Yeah, that's my thoughts for today. If you relate, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you feel the same? Like, what are the effects that you, the detrimental effects that you suffer from your job? I'd love to know. Love to have a conversation with people. And yeah, the day's what you make it, so make it a great one. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.